Laboratory test. Fantastic. Before I officially start my stream tonight, I'd like to say a few words about my old friend, this camera. This camera has served me well for 2 years of streaming. And last week, it finally said that I could go somewhere. I'm streaming to another social media. I don't know their rules yet. I'm going to try and be polite. But anyway, I am currently using a webcam instead of this, my beloved DSLR camera that I've used for 2 years now. And I hate it for abandoning me. I know we're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but I hate it. I'm so angry at it. Anyway, good evening. It is a Wednesday night. I am a ScreamingWyvern. I call myself Wyvern because I hoard role-playing games like a dragon. If this is your first time here, hello. This is your first time here. I am Gen X Dad, TTRPG obsessed. You can look around and see some of my other fanaticisms quite well. 5 fanaticisms of Freddy, for starters. Over here we have Blue Beetle over third. And of course, there's our Transformers, but more Five Nights at Freddy is my role-playing game collection. And unfortunately, I have a tendency to choose games which are absolutely awesome, but hard to explain to new players. So I started getting into solo role-playing games. It just makes logical sense. Also, that way, I can advertise my skills as a game master and make sure that everyone stays as far away as possible from this weirdo. Wait, that's not how it's supposed to work. The point is, I'm ScreamingWyvern on Wednesday nights. I like to reach into my haul of solo role-playing games and find something which suits my interests that week. And this week, I have something short, sweet, simple, and absolutely beautiful. Now, this is one of those situations where I saw a TikTok, I saw that there was creativity, and I begged. I asked politely. I sent an email to the creator to say, hey, is it okay if I stream this? And they said, yeah. Because we live in a time of slop. And the creator, Dan Streeting, of tonight's game, the creator of tonight's game, Dan Streeting, however we want to go ahead and organize that, he has some little baddies for this game. The little baddies are ones that he created by going to the dollar store, grabbing a bunch of little robot toys from the shelf, chopping them up and rearranging them into something new. Then it so happens that Dan absolutely loves painting miniatures. Then he went ahead and spray painted them just a nice gray so that they would show up perfectly in the on the monster sheet, the robot sheet, however you want to look at it. And truly, it is a thing of beauty, and everyone deserves to see it. But that's not necessarily the number one reason I'm here. The number one reason I'm here is because this is a free single page role-playing game. And when I went to the place that's listed on his site, he's asked me to go ahead and promote his Instagram to all the people who are visiting from TikTok and from my brain, not TikTok, from YouTube and from Twitch. Boy, I am good at social media. I'll mention again the fact that I am Gen X and therefore old, so we all accept this. Point is, when I downloaded it, he said there is a challenge, and if there's one thing that I have a hard time resisting, it's a challenge when it's something that I can turn into a board game. There you are. This, on the side here, is Cyborg Run. As you can see, everything is nicely laid out in a single page. Down at the bottom, we have our robots. I've gone ahead and converted this into Tabletop Simulator so that I can easily show things off. So yeah, these are the beautiful robots of which I spoke, or spake, depending on how you prefer to look at such things. So here's the deal. There are 6 floors. There are 6 rooms per floor. In each room, there will be a random killer robot defending it. If I can make it through a floor, then I get to grab one of these treasure cards. But until that time, I have an attack of +4, I have a defense of +4, and I have a single 6-sided die. They, the robots, have 1 hit point. So if I can defend myself, they're dead. I have 6 hit points. So that is how many times I can roll poorly. And when I say poorly, or the dice never actually like me, so that's absolutely fine. So let's go ahead and get to it. So here we have our first room. I've got this little black token. I'm going to roll this little blue dice. And I'm going to roll another blue dice because I forgot how the numbers work. We have rolled a 9. A 9 means that I am going up against defense bot. So, first off, let's go ahead and we'll give the white die to the robot, and I'll keep the blue die for myself. Okay, so blue die is a 9. That is against their 7, which means defense bots is down, and I can move on to room 2. Who is in room 2? It is generic bots. Sometimes you just can't be that impressive a robot. It's generic bot is obviously going to be easier than the previous one. As you can see, there's one here who is just, it's just there. He's just hanging out. He just wants to be with the rest of the party. He can't actually do anything, but he's there. So, same as before, we go ahead and I take the blue die. The white die goes to generic bot. And generic bot has rolled for crap, just the way I like it. So 8, and that's another room down. Now, you may be thinking, well, so far, this doesn't seem too hard. Yes, so far is the very emphasized phrase here, because as I go lower floors, they're going to start getting boosts. But for now, let's just go ahead and get through these floors first. So, defense bots, their defense is a +3, my attack is a +4, so blue die comes up with a 3 for 7, and the red die comes up with a 5, which means they defend themselves, which means now I'm defending myself. I think that probably was implied by the description. White die remains theirs. Okay, so 2 + 1 is a 3 versus my 9. Everything is fine for me, except obviously we're, standing at each end of the room, shooting each other. Not the most dramatic conclusion. That's a dramatic conclusion, on the other hand. So that room is absolutely over and done with. 6, 7, 8, 9. That is yet another defense box. We're going to go ahead and have a couple of rooms. This is fine. Last week I was playing a cyberpunk game, and I kept coming across the same monsters, which was something called flesh purists. It's a cyberpunk game. The main purpose is to go ahead and steal the cybernetics from them. And something called a flesh purist doesn't sound like the sort of thing that would actually, anything along the lines of cybernetics. So not sure how I made money off of them. Okay, so room 4, defense bot again. I continue to be blue, they continue to be white. We roll the dice, and I'm actually going to have to do some... Okay, so my live is not eligible for recommendation and is restricted in search results, as we have detected suspicious activity that may violate our integrity and authenticity policies. If you think we made a mistake, you can appeal the decision for reconsideration. So, wonderful news. I am, once again, too uninteresting and boring to be on TikTok. My entire life, people have accused me of being uninteresting and boring, and finally, TikTok is taking notice and saying, you know what? You are absolutely correct. Now, it's entirely possible that this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm playing a board game on Tabletop Simulator, which is something which completely valid to do. It may have to do with the fact that there is a pride flag on the side of my screen over there. It may have to do with the trans ally patch that I'm wearing here. this is a board game. It's not any different from playing, any other board game. So not sure what could be uncreative. I think I'm just being questioned in my values here. So we'll go ahead and take a step aside from that. Those of you who are watching on Twitch and YouTube, we'll go ahead and place bets on if the TikTok algorithm or whatever decides that I'm interesting or not. Okay, if you happen to come across this, then you can make that decision as well. But it should be noted. Actually, let's go ahead and full screen this. I think that's really important here. Okay, so TikTok sends me spam, so much spam. Last 2 weeks, they've sent me repeatedly the message that I can become a full-time content creator, that they are looking for me to become a full-time content creator, that my fans are dying to see me. But every single time I have tried to stream my hobby, which is solo role-playing games, okay, it's been 3-4 times. Unfortunately, it's been cited that I'm doing something which doesn't meet the integrity of the system. I really wish that if they're going to tell me that I don't belong on TikTok, I wasn't even, so unfortunately, I've been trying to stream to a small mint, and so far it hasn't been successful at all. I just, I assume it's got a camera somewhere on it that I can use. Not sure what, but anyway, the point is that I'm hoping that this time, if they do decide that they're not going to remove this bang against me, let's see if I can. It's got the actual pseudo reason why. It's been that I'm creating uncreative content in the past, which again, solo role-playing games, storytelling, it's not that much different from any other game. So if they decide that I'm not worth pursuing, and they go ahead and take me off, from searches and stuff again, it would be really nice if they stopped sending me spam, because obviously, if they don't like me, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to bring in the quadrillion billion dollars that they're hoping for. It's step one, actually be able to do live streams. Step two, offer to make them a partner or whatever. So that's not why I'm here today. That's me being cranky. And again, Gen X, that may be my right. Let's get back to the game. I really need to learn how to do keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so previously on me playing this game, I had reached room 4 of floor 1. Or I don't know if we're going up or if we're going down. The point is, I'm I am at the first floor of whatever structure this is. There's the defense bot here. I get to fight the defense bot. We do our roll. A 5 with a defense of 3 is 8. My attack is also 8. And if your attack total is higher, there's no meets it, beats it. Actually has to be higher. Okay. So, it's the robot's turn. They have an attack at +1. I have defense at +4. Not currently sweating. Although, maybe I should be. 5-6 versus my 7 this time. It is a very definite miss, which means we go back on the offensive with... Ooh. Well, that's no good. 6, 7, 8, 9 versus my 8. Well, this is definitely... There's a scene in Police Squad. If you haven't seen Police Squad, it's only 6 episodes. I believe that it's all on YouTube. Should it be? Should it not be? That's not my call to make. There's one scene where the police, represented by Frank Drebin, is in a fierce shootout with a criminal. They're about 2 feet apart, and as you can see by the size of the rooms, probably not that far off. So eventually we're going to get to the point where we just start throwing our actual guns at each other. Okay. That one was their attack on me. I go ahead and counter strike. Well, I don't even need to do the math there. So it's their counter attack. Oh, okay. I actually have to do some math this time. Okay, so 7, and they have a defense of 4. That is the next room for me. And what are we facing in the next room? We are facing, well, it's the defense bot again. This is how numbers work. And okay. I am going to go ahead and call out streeting design here, because this is design. There is a lot of math that goes into odds as soon as you add more than one die into the situation. Obviously, if you have ever played Dungeons and Dragons, you know that the 3d6, it's got this massive bell curve. And on the one side, there's the 3. I want my camera back. I don't remember to put my hands into view. So yeah, there's the big bell curve. 3 at the one hand, 18 at the other hand. And some people forget that just because it's not that big of a curve, it's still there when all you're dealing with is 2 6-sided dice. So the choices that have been made here, we've got on the low side, we've got the Botron 200. Botron 200 is a beast. We're going ahead and we're using my attack and defense as the comparison. 6 for both is absolutely devastating, but the odds of getting him are slim. I feel like it's something like 3%. It's been a couple of weeks since I last pulled up odds for something. On the other side, we have the security bot. The security bot is absolutely equal to me, so that's dangerous. And then we've got the generic bot who's smack dab in the center. The defense bot, the brute bot, and edge on the edge of those absolutely terrifying guys is the mini bot. He's just there. Okay. So yeah, the point is we came back to another defense bot. We go ahead and we do our strikes. 4, 5, 6, 7 versus my 7. So no beats it. Time for me to defend. And fortunately, with him only having attack at +1, I am able to defend even though we got the same roll. Oh. Well, I don't even have to do that math. Just from my attack alone, it's not good enough. A 6 against its, so 10 for my defense, 5 for its attack. I'm fine. 10 for my attack. Where did that number come from? The 6 is the bad guys die. 7 for me. The point is, definitely, it's not been hit. And it hasn't hit me. And this is good. So yeah, it has 5. I have 9. We are on the last room of this floor. And what are we facing? Ennui. The feeling that the universe is tiresome. It's nothing of interest anymore. That may be true, but mostly I'm facing a generic bot. So, uh, 10 versus 5, and all is in the happy place for me. Now, once I have reached the end of the first of a level, I get to go ahead and draw myself one of these 6 treasure cards. Let me go ahead and pop this back open so that everyone can see it. I've kind of pulled the main part of it in, but yeah, the treasure is a selection of cards that you can go ahead and cut off from the main board, and then obviously you could just shuffle them. What will it be? We shall go flip. Info boost. Roll 2 dice for attack instead of 1 and add the results. I am going to be unstoppable for a little while. Now, don't think that makes me cocky, because what you have to remember is right here. If you deactivate all 6 opponents on the floor, Congratulations, you made it to the next floor. Okay, fine. The actual rules as written. Don't assume that you are using Tabletop Simulator where it's really easy for me to go ahead and put in a things in a card. But we overlook this. We look over it. Remember, on each floor, add the floor number to both your opponent's attack roll and defense roll. I have made a stupid. Sooner or later, this will happen to me. Fortunately, everything has been, as far as the robot fighting back, everything has been, worlds apart. There has been no situation where on my defense rolls it's been even. So my cheating is not as bad as it could be, but I am filled with shame nonetheless, as I should be. But that's okay. There's always an opportunity to improve and stop being scum. Okay, so I need to remember that for the white die, it is always at +2. I get to go ahead and add another die, but only for the attacks. So let's start off with who's my robot? My robot is a 4. That is a brute bot. So brute bot, now that I'm going to completely play the game correctly, brute bot has a defense of +4. Where's the camera? +4, and an attack of +6. I miss my widescreen. I don't know why I'm acting like there's something to say to that. This is the brute bot. He's got those stats. Okay. So my roll is a 3. Oh, I'm so glad that I have that ability to do the double. So 7 is my roll versus his 10. So now he is getting to go after me, and oh, well, I can tell you this isn't pretty. So his attack is +6 minus my defense is +4. We can just go ahead and turn that down to 5. You can also go ahead and remember to do that and actually track which floor I'm on. So it's finally happened. I've taken the little bit of damage that I deserve for my failures to count properly on the last floor. Yeah. I don't think that I probably need to explain the math there, except to say 12 versus 7. I explained the math there. I'm not very good at that. So room 2. What are we up against? 10. 10 is the brute bot again. They like sending brute bots against me. This is where I'd go ahead and do a Princess Bride quotes, but that would be far too I'm on the brute squad. You are the brute squad. I'm predictable. 4s all around. I'm attacking at +4. It's defending at +4. So its turn. Ooh, that is not good. My 6, it 11. Yes, that's right, kids. Stay in school, for God's sake, or you end up like me, having to use your fingers still to count. Oop. So yeah, very, very glad that I got that info boost treasure, because the simple fact of the matter is that I really need to take them out first time every time. 7 plus 4 is 11 versus its defense of 5. We can go ahead and move on to room 3. Room 3 provides us with it's our old booty body. It's our old busybody, the defense bot. So once again, when actually playing by the rules, which I promise I've been doing this entire time, you just didn't notice on the previous floor. So they have a defense of 5 and an attack of 3. Let's do friend the roll. 7, 11 again versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Exactly how I like it. Next up, we have, well, we're back to the brute bot. Let's go ahead and take a nice scroll in to appreciate the just how kick-ass the brute bot looks. Someday, I will make my own game, and I will stream it on my own channel, and I will not be half as positive about it as I am of other people's stuff, because that, my friends, is why I'm here. Okay, so we attack. Oh, that's gotta be a good thing. 16. 16 is a good starting number. Versus, let's see, 4 and 5 is 9. Exactly as we like. The brute god. From the brute bot. It goes down immediately. And in room 5, we are up against, the brute bot. See how this goes. 5 versus 5. 5 versus 5 is never going to be in my favor. Yeah, that's a match. So let's see if I can defend myself. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no, because we're looking at his 6, 7, 8 versus my 7. So health goes down another jot. Well, I get to try and attack. 5, 6, 10 versus 2, 4, 6. That's the last room of the second floor. 7. We are going up against Generic Bot. Generic Bot currently has the exact same stats I do. Fortunately, the info boost makes up for that. But will it continue? No. Oh, yeah. So yeah, 9 versus 7. But this is what matters, and that is a 5 versus 9. So no damage from me. 4 me. 3 me. So that is extremely close. But 10 versus 11. That means that I am done with this floor. That was funny. And I get one more item. Yep. A hologram decoy. Okay. On the one hand, this is really cool because now I have a better chance of defending myself, which is going to be extremely useful as we keep going. Slightly more important to my easily confused Gen X mind is the fact that I don't have to remember to not use the extra die. Okay, my health is at 3. We are at floor 3. So, once again, that means that everybody is now sitting on +3. And by everyone, I mean except for me. Only robots change. People don't change. That seems bad. Okay. Room 1, floor 3. Let's go ahead and grab these 2. 5. That returns us to our good friend, the defense bot, who has a defense bot of 6 and an attack of 4. Now, the one advantage of swapping like that is the fact that before I was able to remember which side I was on a lot easier. Because it's like, if I grab 2 dice, obviously it's the attack. I'm just going to have to actually do my job and pay attention to what I'm doing. 7 or 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 7. So that moves us to room number 2. Okie dokie. We are going up against Brute Bot. So Brute Bot is going to be a little easier for me to take down, but if they get their chance, this number has been going down just because of the Brute Bot. Okie dokie. Let's find out what happens. So I have 7 or 11 versus its 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was easy. Floor 3, room 3, number 3. It is the mini-bot. The mini-bot is just lucky to be here, but because of the floor, little more dangerous than we thought they were before. Okay. My attack opportunity, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus its 5. Thank you for joining us, Minibot. You're dead. Room 4, we have rolled a 10, which means it's the Brute Bots. My attack, that's not good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus its 6, 10, 11, 12. Wait, I was attacking. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, my 12 beats it, which puts us on room 5 of floor 3. Let's go for our next. Really, you can't. I like it when the dice go flying and the bouncing, and it looks exciting, and it's a brute bot again. Okay, this is the offense. 4 and 8 versus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is bad because this guy has the attack down well. This is not a good sign. 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That is another point of damage. So I'd better actually roll well this time. I have rolled well this time. So 11, 15 versus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are on room 6 of floor 3. Who will it be? I should probably say something really stupid like, I'd really be interested to see how I do against the Botron 200. But no, right now it is a 6, which brings us back to generic bot with his 5s. So, just a little bit bigger than me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I'm using my fingers. I've never stopped using my fingers in 51 years. I've never counted without using my fingers. Not once. I was in math club. So 10 versus 4, 5, 6, 7. And that means I'm gonna go ahead and roll everything at the same time. Whee! Well, this is why we use Tabletop Simulator. The other reason why we use Tabletop Simulator is because there's a button to flip the table, but it's too soon, and I'm doing too well for me to take advantage of that. Also, if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and load the table up with Kiffle before I do that. So don't worry, I will make a spectacle of it. Okay, a weapon upgrade. My attack value is +8. Oh, what's this? We have some moons. Here is there's no 8 here. Why did I think there was an 8 there? Let's just go ahead and grab our good friend, the 8-sided die. That was a 10-sided die. I've been playing with these things since I was a baby. Also, I feel like it's probably more important, but it actually says right there. Okay, so 8. We're going to go ahead and put that on top of the attack phase and hope I remember. Okay, so right now, things are looking good. I can go ahead and move that over there. However good it looks right now, we can't overlook the fact that I am down to 2 points. If I don't get them first, it is extremely likely that I'm going to lose those 2 points very, very quickly. So what do we find on our first attack? Tens. Tens is the brute bot. This is a bad number, 8, 9, 10 versus 6, 7, 8, 9. Got it. But even with that plus, it was close. It was very close. We are watching ourselves carefully. I apologize if I'm saying we too liberally. If you're feeling very comfortable with how things are going for you out there, then don't worry about it too much. Just continue feeling better. Okay. This one is a little less. There's no enemy yet, Nicholas. You just tried to attack nothing, and you did a really good job of attacking nothing, but attack nothing you still did. Let's go ahead and actually roll for the combat. 5, 6, 7. That is a generic bot at both 6s. So remember when I thought that Botron 200 was going to be hard on a previous floor? Yeah, we're past that point. Okay, attack. So they're at +6. I'm at +8. 4, 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. 6 plus 2 is much less than 13, so we are good to continue. And now I'm going to choose the opponent because I'm not that easily confused. Allegedly. Okay, 5 and 4 is 9. It's our old friend Defense Bot who has a +7 on this first roll. On the plus side, I'm at +8, so I have actually a pretty good advantage there. 18, and it has 12. So yeah, not a close one. For room 4 of floor 4, we have rolled a 5. That gives us Defense Bot again. Snake Eyes, just what I don't want. Okay, so 10 versus, well, right off the bat, we add the floor number to that, and we have failed at the attack. So fortunately, Defense Bot doesn't have a high attack. Unfortunately, we're low enough in the levels that doesn't help. Okay. So for 5, 6 versus, well, 10. So it doesn't damage me, thank goodness. But can I return the favor? I'm going to say, oh, hell yes, I can return the favor. Right off the bat, that's 20. I don't need to actually do any more calculations, but that was a really cool thing to be able to say. I just enjoyed saying that. Okay, room 5, floor 4. We came so close to Botron, but no, it is a mini bot. 2 4s. Water. Always remember your water. So that is 9, 17 versus 9. straight up. So Minibot has become so much scrap. And one more room, and we get to see our next treasure. Step 1. Roll for the opponent. Step 2. Attack the opponent. 9. 17 versus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's go ahead and grab. We're getting really close to this being our last treasure. That's pretty cool. Signal Scrambler. Subtract 1 from your opponent's attack and defense values. We are now going to see just how freaking bad at math I can be. Lore 5. Room 1. I just got to notice that there was no sound detected on TikTok. That probably has something to do with the fact that I wasn't saying anything. How strange. I know that I'm good at the blathering, but sometimes even I have to breathe. Okay. What is in room 1? Defense bot. Okay. So I don't have to change my math from last floor. That's extremely nice. Roll. And so that is a 6. 14 against a defense of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A very good hit indeed. 6 brings us back to our friend the generic bot. And we take on our attack with 5, 6, 7 on my side. With plus the 8 is 15. Whereas it's sitting at 5, 6, 7, or 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 2. Okay, I just did the math into different ways, and obviously the number is the same. The important thing is this number big, this number not so big, this token go move, this go roll. 5 brings us back to our friend the defense bot. Uh, 4. Kind of keeping it a little tight there. 12 would be my number. It is at 3, 7. So doesn't matter how tight it was, I still made it through. I did not say that in an innuendo way. I just want to make it absolutely clear this stream is rated PG. Or pretty good, I'd say. Okay. We are going up against another of our friends, the generic bots. Ew. Generic bots is at 12. I am at 12. Generic bots gets to fight back. I'm fairly happy with that roll. So that there is 14. It has 8, 9, 10. Back on the attack, my friend. 7, 15 is the final number. 3, 4, 5, and 4 for 9. It stayed around a little longer. Starting to get worried, but it felt like all the rest. Okay, room 5, floor 5. Rolled a 3, which is our poor little mini bot who I always feel bad for just, I mean, I feel good because it also means that the math is, I don't actually have to. So my attack, a 6 with an 8 is a 14. It with 8 is just 8. So we have once again picked on the poor little guy for no reason. He's just a cute little turd boy. He's just a little turd boy. Why am I being so mean to him? He did nothing wrong. Just happened to be at the wrong place at the right time, or take that, reverse it. Very sad. Okay. So 3, 4, 5 gives me 13. 4 and 4 gives 8, which means we have reached the final floor, which means I get to take my final treasure, a deflector unit. Have your opponent's attack roll. I'm assuming that I'm rounding down for that. So a 1 is going to be a 0, 2 or 3 is going to be a 1, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Wyvern, you're not good at math at the best of times. Are you sure you want to do this? I suppose it's bad enough that I talk to myself while I'm on these streams. Mocking myself, probably not a good sign for my mental stability. Speaking of mental stability, it is the defense bot with his defense of 8 currently. Okay. So this is for all the tamales, the hot tamales, little red candies. 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 versus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Definitely survived that one. Okay. You did it again. Foe. Foe is Broodbot. So given that Broodbot's attack is now 9, having its attack roll halved is not a terrible thing. Okay, no, I shouldn't get cocky. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus my, yeah, very large number. Okay. It's okay to be cocky sometimes. 10, which it's the Broodbot. He's just happy to be here. He wants to keep being here. It's having fun. 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. It has 6, 7, 8, 13, which does not beat my 16. So we move on to room 4. 5, 6, 7. That would be generic bot. 9 versus 2. So 9 and 8 is 17. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is way lower. So we are already on room 5. 5, 6, 7. We stay with generic bot. Why did we even leave you in the first place, my love? 6, 7, 8, 16. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks good. It looks positive. It looks like the challenge goes in my favor. So, defense bots, it is. Okay. This one could finish the game. 6, 7, 8, 9, 17, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 12. And with that, I have made my escape. But you know what? Why should the robots be punished? That's right. We're going into overtime. I'm not taking the last treasure. We're just going to see how low can I go. Actually, we're going to see how well can I keep mathing. So we are now on floor 7. I have the hologram decoy, which means that it's counts as 6. And that counts as 5, which is defense bot. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on its side, 6, 7, 15 on my side. That keeps me going. 6 brings us to generic bot. So this is not necessarily a good sign. 5, 13 versus 6, 10, 12. 13 versus 12 is still in my favor, though. Next robot up. Well, it's 10. And that is a brute bot. 5, 6, 7, 15 on my side. Its defense is 5, 6, 7, 13. Yes, I can math good. I'd be proud of math skills. So less math skills and more short-term memory at 7:40 after a day at work. Yes, I know. Back in my day, we didn't have math. We had, pebbles, and we had to count them without using math. Our old friend Generic Bot. An extremely good rule on my side of 16 versus its 789. We don't do it that way. We don't do it that way. Bum, bum, bum. Rare bot. Rare bot. Rare bot. Rare bot. Rare bot. Rare robot. I should probably stop singing. So yeah, we can just go ahead and keep it simple for myself because I'm adding 10 to its rolls. Okay, so on the attack, that's 12 versus my, well, that's 10 right there, so that's 18. So I'm kind of reminded of the scene in RoboCop where the great big robot comes clanking in and then immediately just pulls his head off. This happens sometimes. 3. That's right. We get the second rarest bot, followed by the little guy, the tiny friend. Hello, little friend. Hello. So 6, 7, 8 versus my 6, 8. Okay. We are moving on to floor 8. It's not that I'm making the challenge ridiculous for the sake of enjoying the game further. It's that I'm making my ability to do math ridiculous to shame myself in public. Okay, what is on room 1 of floor 8? 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, I don't know what happened there. I do not, but this is defense bot. So 7, 8, 9, 10 for the defense. I like when the numbers are kind of easy for me to add the roll to. Okay, so 50. 6. 14. 14 versus 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Okay, so I missed. Okay, so now is where the math really starts getting complicated for my tiny Gen X brain. Are you ready? Okay, so actually a 1 isn't really that impressive. No, we round up. That only makes sense. 1 or 2 is a 1. Yeah, it's like a D3. Anyway, I forgot to actually choose. No, that's right. Defense bot actually defended. So 8, 9 versus 4, 9, 10. See how close it's getting? We are now back on the offense. 15 for it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just not quite enough. Oh, scary fall. So 8 plus 3 is 12. and I rolled a 12. And fortunately, there's no meets it, beats it. So we get to go to, we survive for another attack round. Oh, this is a good number for me. This is a less good number for me. Okay, 16. Nasty. Versus 18. Making it much less nasty. Okay, I am happy to say, I'm happy to report that TikTok has decided that I am not quite as boring and unoriginal as they originally thought. So that is something that I am very, very grateful for. Thank you. But it does remind me of the funniest thing I saw today. Let's go ahead and switch to the big face for this. Okay, so if you weren't aware, InfoWars was owned by an angry talking head type guy who thought that yogurt made frog gay. And because of some of the things that he said, it was purchased by The Onion. So now InfoWars is a site for, or a TikTok channel, YouTube channel for saying extremely silly things, but doing them in, an angry white guy way. So the comedy InfoWars did a report on the idea that there is in fact more than one horse. Okay, they were talking about the conspiracy theory that maybe, just maybe, there are multiple horses. Someone reported them for misinformation. Someone reported them for saying that there was more than one horse in the world. A statement which I have proof of because I have been around 3 horses at a time. Whoever was asked to review this decided to maintain it as misinformation, which means that according to TikTok policy, there is only one horse in the world. So the next time you find yourself at a farm and you think that you are seeing more than one horse, it is not true. There is just one horse in all the world. Okay, back to it. I have no idea where I was. Was I attacking? Was I defending? Are these numbers on my screen? So I think I had said 18 as my last thing, and then that would put it at 16. 18, 16, go me. Okay. So for my next trick, seven. 7 is our little friend Generic Bot. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Generic Bot. Yes, okay. Any Star Wars fan will tell you that the most important and best looking of all the robots in the Star Wars universe is the simple Gonk droid. And Generic Bot here, Generic Bot shares a lot of similarity with the Gonk droid. So So obviously generic bot is by default the best bot. But what are we going to do with him? We are going to fight him. So 7, 8, 9 is being added to all. Oh, that is not a good thing. This is 14. This is not 14. This is 11. So it is time for him to counter-strike. So because of the treasure I have, this roll is going to go down, but it's currently 9 is being added to it. Yeah, that's not pretty. So 7 to its 4 freaking teen. Yeah. This is it. This is the last hit point. What should I do with it? Well, the best thing would be to, not die from it this time. So, okay, that was a pretty good roll. So, with its beyond being floor 8, there being the 1 discount from the hologram decoy, no, from the signal scrambler, that puts it at 9, 10, whereas I have 12, 13, 14, 15, which moves me on to the next room. Floor 8, room 3, we are fighting the scary killer robot known as the generic bot, which is the scary evil robot that we were just fighting. So we get to make our attack at +8 versus its +9. So 12 for it, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17. That is a very positive hit. We are on room 4. 6, 7, 8, which, when we look down here, is the generic bot. The dice have decided, you know what? He'd be basic, but that's okay. It's okay to be basic. So it's at +9 to my +8. 12, but we can see right off the bat that I've got it beat with just one of those dice. So that moves us to room 5. Room 5 of floor 8, where we are facing up against 5, 6 is our friend, the generic bot, which is the same guy who was in the last room. They're just, it makes sense. It makes sense that they'd say, okay, we have created what we are calling the generic bot. We are going to just put them everywhere. Thank you. They're at +9. I'm at +8. That goes without saying. Are they going to let me throw room 8? Let's see. Okay, I rolled a 9. A 9 is the number for defense bot, defense bots. 10 is its defense number versus my 8, so I still have a good chance. We roll these here dice. We get 18 for my number versus 15 for its number. I have made it through another floor. That's right, we're going with the super challenge and succeeding. Okay, room run of floor 9. So all the robots rolls are now at +8, regardless of what other benefits they may have. 3, 4, 5. 5 is the defense bot again, which means 11 +11 on whatever it rolls. 15. This is bad. 13, 14. It was able to avoid my attack, or at least defend against it, based on the name of the creature. This is much better. So, yeah. It misses. And I hit. So, nice and easy. Okay, 5, 6. That is going to be the generic bot. Generic bot has a +10 for both of their numbers, which is nice and easy for me to math, which is good because, you know, it's late. I'm old. Of course, as long as I'm not late, then that's good. 5, 6, 7. 15 versus its 12. I have made it through another room. What do I find in the next one? A 5 is the defense bot with a total defense of +11. Get to go ahead and do my attack roll, which is way too low. 11 versus its 16. It gets a chance to attack me. Remember, I'm at 1 hit point, so this could be the end. Or it could not be. We'll just have to see. So 8, attack of 1. So this is at +9 on the white die. Oh, no. 13 versus 4. 5, 6, 7. So I went on a super challenge. I made it past the initial floors. I took no extra treasure, and I made it all the way to the 9th floor before I died. So what I have been playing here is Cyborg Run by Dan Streeting. If you are on YouTube or twitch.tv, you can find Dan's work at instagram.com/@streetingdesign. Dan, in addition to having made what I think is a absolutely perfect quick dungeon hack, is also a graphic designer, hence the streeting design, but is also an exquisite painter of miniatures. So I would strongly recommend you check them out regardless. And if you are on TikTok, which has decided, shockingly, that I am not anywhere near as boring and uncreative as I used to think, you can see them right here as streeting design. Again, very much worth your time to check out. And for now, I'm going to call it a night because I deserve a good bowl of, well, trying to lose weight, so it's yogurt. But let's face it, it's not like frozen yogurt. It's low-fat yogurt. My life is not pain compared to anybody, so stop whining. The point is, this has been a Screaming Wyvern Wednesday. Join me this and every Wednesday, just about, when I reach into my bag of role-playing games. You'll never know what's next unless you pay attention to me at Blue Sky. Actually, Blue Sky, and I also usually have my planned game a week in advance, or at least a few days in advance on YouTube. So, I wish you good night. Thank you for joining me. And as always, remember to be one of the good ones because there is way too many of the bad. Good night.